switch the hair, switch the hair.
Hey guys, it's about 10:30 and no, I did not just wake up. I know that's what you guys are thinking. Now I'm gonna sit down and do some work. I have not had a single piece of food today. I am doing intermittent fasting today. A lot of you guys always ask me, like, you know, what are the benefits of intermittent? I mean, there are benefits to intermittent fasting, but specifically for a bulk. We understand why there are benefits to intermittent fasting on a cut. A big factor for me has always been just appetite suppression, because if I have less time to eat, I'm probably gonna just eat less in general, right? Less calories, and I can have bigger meals because I have so little time to eat. It's like, go ahead, try to go over calories. You're probably not gonna do so because you only have, like, you know, 6, 7, 8 hours to actually consume food. Similar concept right now on a bulk, because I'm trying to, you know, keep it as lean as possible. And these last couple days I've been going out with friends, going out with Jordan, and I've just been eating a lot of crap. So I'm like, ooh, you know, I want to take it down just a notch. So I'm going to be doing intermittent fasting for the next couple of days, and I'm still going to be eating, you know, according to my macros, but this will help me stick to my macros, because my macros they're kind of conservative. I'm still around 3,000 calories, 175, 180 grams of protein, fat around 70 to 75, and carbohydrates in the low 400s, probably somewhere between 410 to 430. So for me, that's a decent amount of food, but it's not a crazy amount of food. And there are times when I want to go a little bit over. So this will help me stick to that, right? It's gonna be very easy because, you know, like, it's not like I'm intermittent fasting and dieting on 2,000 calories, but for me to eat like 2,900, 3,000, not go crazy into the 3,500, 4,000 calorie range. I think that intermittent fasting can help you, kind of like insurance, a little bit of, you know, like appetite suppression in a way. It just helps you, you know, be a little bit more conservative, and I think that's a good option. So I'll probably be eating within like an hour or two. Jordan's coming back. She's downtown right now for work. I'm gonna, like, you know, cook us up like a nice fancy lunch, which is, you know, a big change from my usual like sandwich and protein shake. But in the meantime, I have to get a lot of work done. And this is one of this is what you guys always asked for. You guys always wanted, you know, vlogs on what my life is like. Well, here it is. You want daily vlogs? This is 80% of my life, right? I am at my my desk. This is my little setup. I got my actual laptop right here. I got my big monitor. I got, of course, got an external keyboard, external mouse, all this good stuff. This is where I literally spend, like, you know, 80 to probably even more, 90% of my day, because I'm always either doing emails, doing check-ins, building programs for new clients, editing videos, or a lot of times I'm actually doing some research, right? Like a video I just put out a couple days ago related to fat loss and testosterone. That, you know, it took a reasonable amount of research, because one, you know, part of my brand, I've talked about this before, like, part of my brand is science. Part of my brand is accuracy and trustworthiness. I feel that, you know, like, a lot of the people who follow me, they do listen to what I say, and they do, you know, believe that what I say is accurate, which is great, because, you know, I have like that relationship with my fans, with you guys. But at the same time, you know, the higher up you are in terms of trust, the more you have, you know, the further distance you have to fall should I ever say something which is proven to be incorrect, should I ever say something which is not, you know, accurate. And I'm not saying I'm 100%. Like, there have been times in the past when I've been proven wrong, when I've myself found out, like, crap, I shouldn't have said that. Or, like, you know, months after putting out a video, I'm like, that wasn't accurate. I should, you know, it's incorrect. So I'm kind of like extra cautious about that. I don't just say stuff and say, like, yeah, I think this is the way it is, but if it's not, fuck it. I'm like, no, I need to make sure that I'm correct. I have resources. I have sources backing up my claims. So it takes a lot of time, and I hope you guys, you know, enjoy that or appreciate it. Either way, welcome to my life. I'm gonna do this for about an hour and a half, then go make lunch, and then probably do this for another couple hours, then go work out, and then come home and do this for the rest of the day. And this is my life. Oh, and last thing, here's a little pro tip. If you guys are ever doing anything like, you know, homework, you know, work for your job, you know, whatever it may be, something which is like, you know, you need to concentrate, but you also want to have some background music. I don't advocate regular music because it's almost like too intrusive or intensive. Sometimes, you know, especially if there's things like words, if there's things like, you know, overly like up and down melodies. So, you know, what's actually been proven to be excellent and was actually designed for this sole reason is video game music. The whole point of video game music is to keep you, away from silence, something's going on, but it's not supposed to disrupt your ability to play the game, disrupt your ability for battles or puzzles or whatever it is you may be doing. So, video game music is awesome, and I friggin' love Final Fantasy. Guys, for those of you who may not know this, Final Fantasy 7, 8, 10 was the best games I've ever played, from the story to the gameplay and the music, so there's nothing better than, what do we got here? Does anybody recognize this one? If you guys recognize where the song's from, comment down below. I want to see the real OG fans.
Last time on Dragon Ball Z.
After doing 4 sets with the incorrect weight, besides the embarrassment, I was also pretty damn pissed off. This is the 3rd time I was attempting this particular weight, and I was not able to complete it. In doing so, I said screw it, went back midnight later that day, that same day in the gym, and gutted out 235, 4 sets of 8 successfully, meaning that this week I am finally able to move on to the next weight. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is VitruvianPhysique, and today we got some bench press footage / commentary for you guys. Before I get into anything more, I want to take note of this. This is my bench press setup, and take note of how long it takes. It's about 10 to 12 seconds, and there's so much that goes into it from a mental, psychological, and physical standpoint, whether it be my leg position, my butt position on the actual bench, my hand placement where my elbows go down at about a 45-degree angle. Everything that goes into, my scapular retraction. There's so much that goes into it. And I do this every time, whether it be, today, which is a regular workout, 4 sets of 8, medium weight, whether it be, high weight, we're talking maybe a 3-rep max or potentially even a 1-rep max. I do the exact same thing every single time. And the reason I do this is because I really believe, I think there's like a saying, the more you sweat on the practice ground, the less you bleed on the battlefield. And that pretty much pertains to, you want to practice like you play. I don't believe that people should, practice one way and then kind of just, they just turn it on and they start doing something completely different, and they take it seriously when it's actually time to perform, when it's time to, whether this be for powerlifting or any other sport in general. It's not like you're gonna practice one way and then step on the ice or step on the court, or in my case, get under the bar for a powerlifting meet, or just whenever you want to go really, really heavy, and suddenly you're going to do things differently. No, that's not the case, because it's going to feel weird, it's going to feel different, and you didn't practice this way. How are you going to be able to perform this way? So I always advocate to people, no matter what weight you are doing, whether you can do this 1 rep, 3 reps, or you can do this for 20 reps, I don't care. You want to set up and take it seriously, treat the bar with respect. And I really think that that's going to help you perform better. I see too many people jump under the bar and then in 1.5 seconds with 0 preparation, they just start pounding out reps. It's not going to be a great workout. Either way, today was awesome. I don't know if you guys just saw, but I did successfully get 245 for 4 sets of 8, which is phenomenal, because I was stuck on 235, a lesser weight, for 3 weeks, and suddenly this time I was able to break through in 1 week on my first attempt. And I just want to show you guys as an example that sometimes you are going to get stuck. Sometimes you're going to have bad days, whether it be lack of carbohydrates, lack of sleep, work, stress, whatever it may be, and sometimes everything just lines up and you're going to have a friggin' awesome day. And pretty much just illustrate to you guys that there are going to be good days, there are going to be bad days. You just keep on pushing through. It's called progressive overload. It's not called next day, massive strength gain, or next day overload, or quick overload. This is a time-consuming process. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but as long as you keep moving forward, keep pushing forward, that's all that matters. gonna give me 30 of them bitches. It's from Chris Jones. 24 rolls. We got this avocado and salmon, and then dynamite roll, and then spicy tuna roll. And then Jordan and I are also splitting this. It's a squid. It's a barbecue squid. Tastes freaking great. It's all crispy with all the stuff, and then she put some lemon on there. Freaking awesome. Then Jordan also got a little bit of, what's that, sushi?
Spicy tuna.
Spicy tuna for herself. And then babe, what's that?
Just white meat, chicken teriyaki.
This is how clean it is. It's just so good because it's literally just a massive chicken breast. There's got to be at least 45 to 50 grams of protein in my opinion. It's like, it's either 2 or just one friggin' massive one that they butterflied opened up. A little bit of salad, and then there was also, she got some rice, which she does not eat because she's not like low carb or dieting, but she's still conservative.
I'd rather have the sushi.
She'd rather have that instead. I love sushi. I think it is my favorite food in the world when it comes to a lean bulk because literally it's a perfect example of all 3 macronutrients. You've got obviously rice, which is a great, nice, clean carbohydrate source. People say brown rice, white rice, whatever, doesn't matter. And then it's got plenty of protein because it's got fish, shrimp, tuna. Tuna is super, especially good because tuna is so lean. And then the salmon and the shrimp and all this other stuff. It's also a great source of natural fat. People always say like, oh, I supplement with fatty, with the fish oil. Well, this is fish oil, right? This is the best, the cleanest source of fat you can get, in addition to the avocado. So it's like, obviously a lot of good protein, a decent amount of carbohydrates in the form of rice, and then the cleanest possible fat you can get. Overall, it's the ultimate food. And in terms of lean bulking and bulking or cutting, if you take it a little bit easy, what Jordan actually does is she kind of strips the rice off of them. So she'll have
put so much on the outside.
Yeah, so she actually strips the rice off of them, leaving just the protein and the fat, which is
pretty much,
which is keto. And and then this is just literally all protein. I looked into it. It's probably like
it's a little bit fat.
It's like not even big. Like it's really like there's a little bit, right? Because it's still seafood.
Bit of carbs for the
very little, barely. Like this thing is, if I remember correctly, this thing is like 200 calories for the whole thing, mostly coming from protein, a little bit from fat, and then the only carbohydrates is like the sauce and the lemon, which is nothing. So overall, love it. This is definitely a big staple of mine, and we come here at least 2 times a week.
Yeah. Love it. Babe.